Welcome to the New Zealand Sport Casting Couch. As you can see, there's been a new addition to the show, which is a sound track or an opening tune. So just a shout out to DJ JBP or Joshy Python, who works under Kim Manu labels for that one. So appreciate the
Mm.
appreciate the art to start the show. What do you
Yeah,
think about us?
what
Music to
what did you
start.
s- what did you say his gamer tag was? JBP.
JBP.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah, he
okay. So
works on.
not to be confused with JSK, the Waitaki Ranger, that guy.
Nah, nah, nah,
No,
different people.
Waitaki
This guy's
United.
a
No, not
nah, nah.
JSK
This
from
guy.
Waitaki United.
No, no, this guy's a DJ,
Oh,
not a
okay.
football player,
Oh,
not a
oh, he
football
played
player.
with
Yeah,
feet. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
true. Yeah. Anyway,
I'm
so
getting
welcome back to
sidetracked.
the
Yeah, 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 yeah,
welcome back to the show. There,
yeah.
we're continuing on the all-time team theme with the Super
Mm,
Rugby, um, and today we're going to be doing the Blues and the Chiefs. Willie and London do the Blues, and
yeah.
myself doing the Chiefs. So before we get into that, did you want to speak on anything?
Oh no, I just thought it was quite nice to have a little something different. Instead of
Mm.
like a fan mail of us getting slagged off and dragged through the mud, it
Yeah,
was quite nice to just have some creative output.
yeah,
And yeah, it really shows that we will let you do anything. You guys send it in, we
yeah,
will
yeah.
let you do anything for you. So
Yeah.
yeah, just keep that in
And
mind.
obviously, we have quite a DJ based kind of audience anyway.
Yeah, you are what
So
you eat, as they say. So yeah,
yeah, yeah. So they'll be loving that. They'll be just be
yeah,
going to a different place right now mentally.
yeah.
Wait, so would you like to go first, or do you want me to start with the Chiefs?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind just getting mine out of the way because, yeah, this task really, I didn't enjoy it at all. I realized that the Blues they actually have a pretty shit team, for a NBA 2K all-time one. So
Mm,
gone for, Toe Knee Woodcock,
mm,
at number one.
yeah,
Hooker is a tough one because I try to only do it off people that I have seen and try not to just listen to reps because
yeah,
I don't know what even though they're big names, I don't know what they were actually like in Super
yeah,
Rugby, but I'll have to go Sean Fitzpatrick there, but close shout out to Kevin Mealamu, the big slab head. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah, three, I just could not bring myself to go with any Blues. Number three in my lifetime of watching, so I have to go off ref and go for Bolo Brown,
yeah,
or Olo as some people might know him.
yeah,
Number four, the cocaine addicts, Ali Williams. Number five, probably Patrick Pilotu.
yeah,
Six, Concrete Shoulders Kano. Um,
yeah,
Seven and eight, some nostalgia merchants out there for all you 50 pluses. Michael Jones and Zinzan Brooke. Um,
yeah,
then number nine, probably couldn't go with a Steve Devine because apparently Tonu, the
yeah.
big,
Rongata's finest, man.
yeah,
I was gonna
right,
say you're
the
gonna be
Runga dog.
including.
Don't worry, don't worry. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, go for Tonu at nine, Carlos Spencer 10. Um, Luke McAllister 12, Isaiah Toyaba at 13. They just
mm,
hope that all those Rico sexuals out there
mm,
have L's in the chat. Yeah, drop your L's in the chat below. And then wingers of Jonah Loman, uh, one of my favourite all times, just one of the great names as well, Jero Soko. Um,
yeah,
a classic on Rugby 08 for all you nostalgia merchants as well. Just hearing that guy say Coco.
yeah,
Oh, so good. And then didn't really play too much at fullback, but did play a little bit. Got to be Dougie Howell at the throw.
yeah.
Um,
Nice. Yeah.
yeah, got to be in there somewhere for
Mhm.
being Super Rugby top try scorer for a while. So yeah,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on that? Any changes or?
No, I think you have to do what you've done with the back three there because you have to include Howlett, Lomu, and Rockakoko. So
Mm,
I understand that. Sorry, I've got a bit of hay fever starting on just like the last episode, so people are going to start thinking I'm
Mm.
Henry Williams.
Block nose,
But
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so there was a comment about hanging out with you in London for a couple of weeks by
Mm.
Kim Manu or something.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so the midfield's a tricky one. Obviously, we've got Rico Ione fans that will probably write into the show and things like that. Muliaina's a tough one, but we mainly associate with him with the
The
Chiefs, I think.
Chiefs, yeah, yeah. That
Um,
was that was my only thing with that one. I
yeah,
thought of
you
him
could
more as a
argue him.
Chief.
Yeah, he played a bit of midfield too, though. So you could argue slip him in at 13. Toyava was good
Mm.
though. But no, I think the rest of it's pretty, um, yeah, pretty much what you'd expect. A few old
Mm.
timers that you kind of have to include
Yeah,
like your
yeah,
Michael Joneses and stuff. You got no
yeah,
choice, otherwise, yeah, that
yeah.
generation won't be happy.
Not that I'd actually be able to tell you what he did on the field, but that's just
Yeah, yeah,
straight rep. Yeah.
yeah, nice. Alrighty, so
Would you like to get
my
into the Hamilton Messams?
yeah, I'll go to the Chiefs now. So front row's quite weak, I reckon, but I've come out with Sona Tamalolo and
Yeah,
Taumia
yeah, yeah. I
as
was
my
gonna say just two cult heroes.
yeah, just absolute fucking monsters, just the two biggest people I could think of.
Yeah.
And then Simisoni Takiaho, current hooker, obviously, I think he's
Mm.
he's the best hooker now ever.
Oh, you're not
Um,
going Alec de Malmonch.
no, I'm not going Alec de
Oh no,
Malmonch.
just asking questions. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm going Samisoni Takiaho.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Locks, also a couple of recent ones, Brody Retallick and Tupou Vai for me. I think Tupou Vai's done enough to already be in there.
Mm.
Um, Back row, to me, I reckon this has got a lot of problems for an all-time back row. But anyway, Liam Messam at 6, I think you have to. Otherwise, your
Mm.
Chiefs mana people would be riding in.
Yeah,
Sam Kane at 7 and I was going to say Siali Lauaki, the better Lauaki.
mm.
Sione Lauaki at 8.
Yeah.
So
Rest in
Lauaki,
peace. Yeah,
yeah, rest in peace. So
yeah.
Sione Lauaki was a good player, but I think he
Mm.
probably had his own problems. There was,
Mm. One of his
yeah,
problems was debuting for the All Blacks, wasn't it? He had a
yeah,
pretty good one.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. To be
yeah.
fair,
And
one of the great Bluebird rugby cards, I got a gold Sione Lauaki, which was
yeah,
pretty. Yeah, that was a bit of a flex. How you get all the
yeah,
girls
definitely.
back then?
Yeah,
Impressed
yeah,
the
the girls would have been
hers.
loving.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
they would have been loving the gold Sione Lauaki.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I think obviously Sam Kane's going to be pretty busy with those two next to him in the loose trio. A lot of
Mm,
penalties given away, a lot of lazy efforts on defence, a lot of missed tackles
yeah.
and things like that. But we won't get into
Lauaki
that too
probably
much.
would still be here if he was a modern day player because they like roaming on the wings, don't they? Like he would love a Miracle Failangi role.
Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
I don't really understand that angle, but yeah.
Yeah, no, neither.
And then halfback has got to be Brad Weber, I think. He's probably the best ever halfback, I reckon, ahead of
Mm.
Kurbalo and
Byron,
Byron Grease Callaghan.
Byron, Byron Bay Keller. Yeah,
Yeah, I did chuck a thing into chuck a mention out for Byron Callaghan for being just a grease ball. I
yeah,
don't like grease monkeys like him, so
yeah, yeah,
Brad Weber over those two for me.
yeah,
Um, First five Cruden, I think.
yeah.
Aiden
One
is the
nut.
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wingers, Sivi Vasu,
Yeah.
and I've got Muliaina on the wing.
Oh,
Um,
that's
to accommodate.
controversial. I know who you got it fully, but you're missing a classic there.
I know you're thinking that I'm missing Lilia Masanga, aren't you?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Yeah, don't
breakdancer.
worry. I've got him. He was in my honourable
Summer
mentions
Heights
as well as
High.
the Greece.
Summer Heights High, Jonah from Tonga breakdancer.
Yeah, nah, Lilia Masanga. I had in my special mentions, so don't worry. But I've
Yeah,
gone Sivi Vadu and Muliaina on the wing, so I can have DMAC at fullback,
yeah,
and then in the midfield I've gone Richard Kahui at 12 with Anton Brown at 13.
yeah,
Um, and then yeah, but I do have some honourable mentions. So Lilia Masanga, obviously Beaver's been missed out.
yeah.
The Greece, Marty Holler.
Yeah.
And yeah, and do you know who was close to making my team in the prop was Carl Tuanakifi because he only played like one season for the Chiefs, but that was his
Mm.
insane year where he made the All Blacks
Yeah,
and did
yeah, yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's my team. What would you change? Obviously Masanga.
Yeah, Masanga. I'll probably go for the who was that guy that was their captain when they won it? Was it Craig Clark, one of the
Yeah, Craig
greats?
Clark. Yeah,
Probably go
as a
for him
lock.
over Tibbo Vi.
Yeah,
Yeah, just because I know what Tibbo Vi kind of gets into in in his pastimes, his extracurriculars. He quite enjoys going to Rarotonga, I think. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I just don't think that's fair. I think Craig Clark, championship winning captain, I think that's you got to put a
Yeah.
bit of respect on their name.
Oh no, he's a battler though, and he's like a one Test All Black, and Tupou Vai's already probably got what 30 caps for the All Blacks. So,
Yeah, but I
um,
think that says more about the state of New Zealand
yeah,
locks at the moment than
yeah, to some degree, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, that's all good. That's a
You're
good
talking
discussion
Craig
point, Phil.
Clark. Craig Clark was operating when people like James Broadhurst weren't even getting allowed to run the cutter at the same time. So there's like and Broadhurst
Yeah,
was arguably the greatest lock to never kick on, in my opinion.
yeah,
He was an
yeah.
absolute
He
monster
was.
for
Yeah.
the Canes. Sorry to make it Canes based for everyone out there
Oh
probably
no, that's
thinking
sometimes
you're
that's gonna
biased
happen. Yeah,
flogs,
yeah.
but it's actually
So,
it's our platform, so you can all go
yeah, so
fuck
get
off.
fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just sit
Um.
there and listen and take it.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Well, we the last one we will do was a Canes one where we will
Mm.
both do a team. Of course.
Yeah, we'll
But
probably make that one like an hour long at least. Yeah,
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 yeah, we'll actually make that as long as possible.
mm.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
anything from you before we wrap it up? We don't need to focus on the Upper North Island teams for too much longer, do we?
No, no, they both suck.
Yeah,
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 Canes by 50. Yeah, keep the fan tunes coming in because
yeah,
quite. I
yeah,
feel like I'm on Castle Street again. It was quite nice.
yeah, yeah. Just let us know what you think about our new intro song and things like that.
Yeah,
And big shout out to JBP Beats
yeah.
DJing.
JSK Beats.
Yeah, so all right, New Zealand.
Waitaka
See you on the next one.
United.